Hello, let's look at the Dunning-Kruger effect. This is a very important topic, especially for the students. The reason why I chose this topic is because everyone, almost everyone who has been learning one or the other concepts must have, faced the similar situation that is explained in Dunning-Kruger effect. So the Dunning-Kruger effect is nothing but a cognitive bias. So this bias actually uh, is going to uh, underestimate or overestimate your ability to do something well, okay, or maybe sometimes you are overestimating the skill that you have, or sometimes you must be underestimating the skill that you have. So this basically, as you can see in this graph, on y-axis you have a confidence, on x-axis basically is the competence. So as the competence, that is the skill that is required to do work, as it is increasing, okay, slowly basically you are going to increase the confidence in your ability to do a task. But however, the danger is basically in the beginning, okay, where you know almost nothing, or maybe you know very little. But if you look at the confidence, this is known as actually peak of Mount stupidity. Okay, so where people who are superficially aware of a particular concept might show a lot of confidence. Now, if you look at it, there are two peaks here. One is basically initially, and later you see that as your competence increases, basically, your confidence in ability to do things is going down, and there is a valley of despair. Okay, so this is an important phase where you realize your ability. Okay, as you feel this despair, and as you start working on your skills or competence, slowly this confidence might increase, but it takes a lot of time. And this slope of increase in the confidence, okay, in your competence, is something known as the slope of enlightenment. So the difference between these two, you see the the competence difference between the knowing nothing and the competence that is required to have a confidence. There's a lot of gap, but the amount of confidence that you show in the beginning as you are exposed to a new subject or new skill is very high. Now this cognitive bias actually is going to affect your thinking. Okay, you might overestimate, and you may not have a good judgment of your own skill, which will basically cause many troubles, right? Many problems, as you are not aware of your ability. Okay, this is something important, and people in fact often who overestimate their abilities in the beginning without even knowing, often they are poor in judging, and as they don't have the ability to judge their own competence, they basically they face several problems. So studies also show these people even lack metacognition. So what is the meaning of this metacognition? Metacognition is nothing but, so, ability to think about your own thinking. That is, you are also thinking about your thinking. And people, in fact, who don't have this metacognition, they might be more biased to this cognitive bias called Dunning-Kruger effect. So, okay, now just the reason why I took this concept is basically it is everyone. Okay, one or the other time. Okay, we might have experienced this. Okay, as you are new to any subject, you might feel that you are really very good at it. Okay, but there will be time the confidence soon will go down, and you start feeling this that you don't have enough competence to do. But that is the way you start realizing, and without giving up, if you start building on your competence, and then you really gain basically the true estimate of your skill, and that is what basically is going to help you in achieving your goals. The students particularly, don't worry about this phase. Okay, and you are going to have a lot of confidence, but in the end you have to know basically the confidence that you get after a lot of skill, and the confidence that you get in the beginning are two different things. So you need to know whether the confidence is coming because you know less, or whether the confidence is because a, a very good amount of I mean subject, or you have a skill in a particular area. So this is something very important when it comes to your studies. Okay, I hope this video helps.